Good bowlers come in all shapes and sizes. Right around the time of your Hulk Hogan's and Big John Studds of pro wrestling, bowling had its own budding star during TV's Incredible Hulk era, who had a monster hook ball and scores to match his physical size. There's just something about big athletes that draw attention. Today's feature is about a South Carolina bowler who went out for the Professional Bowlers Association, and based on his outward appearance, he was drawing attention. John Giesin from the state capital of Columbia was such a player. So big was he that he would have towered over fellow lefty big man John Gant of the PBA, and he might even have made the biggest bowler in the history of the PBA at that time, Steve Cook, at 6'7" and 260 pounds, try to get on his good side. So here's the piece from 1980 on the pro who could have been the PBA's new redwood tree. Giesin, Big Hulk on bowling lanes. He's 6'9" and tips the scales at 275. He looks as if he should be chasing quarterbacks in the National Football League or pushing big forwards around in the National Basketball Association. But John Giesin isn't doing either of those. He's bowling, and not doing too badly at it, considering he's virtually a novice at the sport. He is so big he makes a bowling ball look like a pea in his hand. After bowling as a junior, the 33-year-old Charleston native quit the sport because of physical problems and only decided 2.5 years ago to compete again. The raw talent is there. A lefty, Giesin turns the label off the bowling ball and only needs seasoning to become a threat to go out and challenge the big boys on the Professional Bowlers Tour. For one thing, he has exactly the right temperament to make it big. Although he didn't make a shambles of the men's state tournament this weekend, Giesin is averaging more than 200 in 3 leagues in Charleston and plans to get some much-needed instruction from touring pro Jeff Bellinger to give the pros a shot. I went through my period of madness, Giesin said. I kicked ball returns and slammed my foot a few times, but I learned that it hurts my game. It only makes you bowl worse. Giesin has already been testing himself against the pros, taking part in some regional tournaments. His best finish thus far has been a 7th in a tournament in Charleston. He still hasn't made up his mind about going out and taking on the PBA players. I'm still just learning, the big man said. I don't know anything about bowling equipment at all. That's one area Jeff Bellinger will work on. I brought the wrong equipment to the state tournament. I don't know anything about weighting a bowling ball or what ball to use on what condition. I have a lot to learn. Giesin's size has never bothered his bowling, he said, admitting he doesn't have a picture-perfect approach. I take 5 steps on a shuffle, he said with a chuckle. I have learned to cut down the break on my ball, though. Throwing too much hook has been a problem for me. Giesin's best showing thus far in league play has been 761 and a 10-18 total for 4 games. He said he's had a number of 299 games in practice. I really hate it not to bowl well here at Major League, Giesin said, because the conditions at this house were just super. It was my kind of condition. I just knew I was going to kill this place, but sometimes you just don't have the timing and execution. I also had a lack of concentration. Giesin, in contrast to a lot of other bowlers, is always smiling, even if he's scoring poorly. I have had enough problems scoring without adding to my problems by getting mad, Giesin said. If you get mad, it just makes it worse. I try to control myself. When I see someone else get mad, I don't let it upset me, because I can look back at the times I did the same thing. I just don't think you can concentrate on your game if you let yourself get mad. You have to learn to control yourself. Giesin, it's a name to remember. And his size? Should he make it all the way to the PBA, it's for sure he'll be remembered by the fans and other pros, whether he bowls well or not.